Hello everyone. There are lots of threads on Reddit and on Spectrum about the current state of 4.9, and it's not exactly very positive. Here we have one from Linus. 4.9 looks to be worse than 4.8. At least 4.8 was playable if you spent hours googling workarounds. 4.9 is filled with mission gameplay critical bugs that there's no way to bypass. Well, I wouldn't say 4.8 was playable. There were a lot of very critical bugs in 4.8. And of course, performance things were totally out of control and are still totally out of control. Enemy ships, enemy NPCs are teleporting all over your screen. Cargo, mining, salvage, delivery missions are all unplayable. No cargo is given to be delivered. Anything brought down into elevators is more likely to be deleted than attributed to the player or the missions. Now neither storing ship or elevators work, lol. Cargo crits on elevators are pricking. Ghost ships and cargo from hangar overlap are now starting to become real, starting to block tractor beams and cargo crit placement. Yeah, CIG even fails at instancing, something that is well established in the MMO world for more than 20 years. QV, tech smuggler are also confirmed to be even more bogged than before. Then there are things like being stuck in station elevators, ship seats, and can only be fixed by shard hopping. 4.9 introduced more bugs than it actually fixed, and we are only 1 day into the patch. Ruin Road, 5 hours in game, could get 2 missions done due to the long setup and all the bugs and fuck-ups. No deaths, just wasted time. Ended being stuck in the pilot seat, unable to leave, another ancient bug they never fixed. Actually disgusting. The behavior of pushing patches to sell chest ships and put the game further and further into a bug mess is disgusting. This is another issue with the game. Even if everything would work perfectly, there is a long setup time before you can actually play the game. It's like 10 minutes preparations, immersive elevator rides, immersive metro rides, immersive quantum traveling, and 1 minute of fun. 10:1 ratio. Cosy, sadly I have to agree, just doing simple things have become a struggle due to the tons of bugs you face constantly. Somehow, this year seems to be spiral down fast. I'm facing more and more bugs each time I play. Remember 2025, the year of playability? This is Chris, letter from a Sherman, December 2024. 2025 a focus on playability. As we jump into the new year, 2025, our primary focus across our star system teams is clear, improving playability. Our drive for playability surrounds 3 critical areas: performance, stability, and content. We understand that a live environment must be far more reliable and consistent, and we are determined to deliver on this. This was a big, fat lie. We got less new mechanics in 2025, but CIG did not improve playability in 2025 at all. Eisencrass, today I tried to sell my gems, which fortunately weren't wiped with 4.9. Better safe than sorry. No luck though. Something that finally worked again in 4.8 is broken again in 4.9. I couldn't sell a single thing at the Orison TDD. I know exactly why these days. I mostly just fly around once in a while. I simply can't bring myself to seriously play this pile of crap anymore. Spaceline, you're totally missing out on the fact bunker missions and AI combat missions right now have all the enemies spawning naked, without weapons even, so you can just knife your way through the missions. Yeah, the 9-tail NPCs were supposed to get new armor, but this armor is postponed to 4.10. And as always, there's no communication between groups at CIG. The group who postponed the armor didn't talk to the guys who are making the missions. And there's no one coordinating anything ever. I guess this would be the job of Richard Tyler and his employees, but he's busy gaslighting us.
And one of those goals was 100 star systems. But, and there is a but, the star systems of old are not the star systems of today. They were based on the privateer and freelancer model. They were unexplorable planets with an isolated and small landing zone and had automated landings.
Richard Tyler pretends the 100 star systems was all about fixed landing zones and automated landing, non-explorable planets. Yes, this was the original vision, but this has long changed. CitizenCon 2016 already showed Planetech V2 with landing everywhere. After CitizenCon 2016, CIG talked many times about 100 star systems, not just 5. Just 2 months before CitizenCon 2024, Jared was talking about 100 star systems. So please, stick to the truth, Richard.
Yeah, it will absolutely happen. We have a star map with over 100 star systems, all with various stars of different types and sizes and stuff. So, and how many planets and moons do we have in the game here?
I mean, just in Stanton's system, there's four planets. I'd have to look up to see moons off the top of my head, but three on Crusader. I think there's 3 on Hurston. So yeah, probably 8 to 10-ish.
And then 100 star systems beyond that.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Talk to me about having to make lore design backgrounds for 100 star systems. Like, was that just a really busy afternoon?
It is obvious now CIG lost control. You cannot put more and more stuff onto old rotten code with quick and dirty fixes several layers on top of each other. Most of the people who wrote the original code are long gone, there's little to no documentation. Dynamic server meshing will not fix this. CryEngine, Lumberyard, Star Engine was never meant to be used in MMO. Of course you can make adjustments to engines, and CIG did, but in the end it is still an old, engined single-player engine. The only way to fix this is to start over. Start from a good, solid code foundation, have good netcode, then add things one by one. Check if performance is still there. This will take years Star Citizen doesn't have anymore. Maybe use an engine that is actually built for MMOs or build your own, but this alone would easily add 3 extra years to Star Citizen. I also doubt CIG has the expertise. No other game promises what Star Citizen does. I get this. But we will never get the game Chris and CIG promised us the last 13 years. This is clear by now. There will never be huge space fights with acceptable interaction delays and these things. All we can hope for is a bare minimum 1.0 with just 5 star systems, missing basics, missing mechanics, almost no physics, no alien worlds, no NPC crews, and even this is years away. It is not only CIG's bad code, CIG doesn't even care to give us a halfway decent UI, item interaction and inventory system, something much smaller studios, even indie studios, manage. Star Citizen's UI was made for looks, functionality, ease of use played no role. Item interaction in Star Citizen makes me want to watch paint dry. See recently super heavy armor with slow and clunky animations putting magazines into the backpack, and then we have a backpack that is teleporting onto your back. So why even go that route? This is a backpack with all the reloads. I hate this UI, I hate CIG's item interaction system. This is so clunky and slow, and in the end, animations still look terrible. So why even go that route? Why have all those animations when they still look amateurish and are just clunky and slow? I mean, you have all those prompts you have to take care of, and then in the end, the backpack just teleports onto your back anyway. People are still buying chips like crazy, yes, sunk cost fallacy. As long as people still throw money at Chris like crazy, nothing will ever improve. I don't want Star Citizen to fail. I want Star Citizen to become a fantastic game and a huge success. However, Chris and CIG's top management have clearly shown they don't care about a Star Citizen MMO. Most of the money went into Chris' interactive movie, Squadron 42, so Chris can cosplay as a movie director again, including his private cinema to watch the dailies. All paid with backers' money. As long as Chris is calling the shots, this is going nowhere. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. In the old days, when we had a player cap of 24, Star Citizen usually played rather well. There were some issues, but it was not too bad. Then CIG increased player cap to 50, later to 100 players, and issues started to appear. In 3.18 we got PS, persistent entity streaming, because Chris thinks it is so important that he can find a coke bottle he threw in the woods 4 weeks earlier.
And also have the entire system be persistent. So, if you drop a Coke can in a forest somewhere and walk away, that Coke can is remembered, the state of the universe is remembered. So unless someone comes and, takes it, it will still be there if you came back even in a month's time or whatever.
No, Chris, no one cares. Maybe if PS would work without any negative consequences, yeah, maybe. But as it stands, PS seems to be a huge strain on your servers and your database. CIG doesn't even do any cleanups, just go to an outpost and you can see dozens of bricked ships that are just kept there for days, weeks and months. Those bricked ships are still using up server and database resources. We cannot even salvage them, we cannot move them. If you try to move them, you are getting a crime stat. Why not just remove them? And since we got PS in 3.18, things have gotten way worse with those things.
PS is the state of the simulation that's now persisting. That's great. It's behind us.
You serious?
Then in 4.0 we got the first iteration of static server meshing, and CIG increased player cap to up to 800 players on a server shard, and since then these things are really, really bad. In 4.5 we got engineering, and now CIG servers that were already way overworked have to take care, have to store, and have to distribute even more data. Those things are totally out of control. CIG's old and ancient engine that was never supposed to be used in MMO, CIG's terrible netcode, and CIG's terrible servers cannot deal with an MMO. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.